Hey guys, welcome back to F1 2021, the official video game, part 6, I believe, of this My Team career mode for Cross GT Racing. Coming off a pretty controversial finish in Azerbaijan, we're now heading into round 7, the Canadian Grand Prix. Looking forward to this one. I've done this one a few times and I quite like this track, so we'll see how we go there. But first, powertrain department needs us to resolve an issue.
I hate to drop this on you, but we could do with your expertise on this one.
Okay, so the powertrain team are having trouble keeping up with the current schedule. We can either invest money into the department or reduce the workload.
You handled that well. Thank you.
Easy choice there, invest a measly 50k into the department or sacrifice 750 resource points, but we want to keep those resource points. Quick turnaround here between round 6 and round 7. Only 3 days. So we're going to go with a sponsored event to get our team acclaim up a little bit more. R&D. The R&D is coming along pretty well across the board. I think chassis is probably the only thing we're sort of lacking in a little bit. But that's alright. That'll come along over time as well. As we're taking a look, we're going to improve the materials for the MGUK. We have been having some alerts during races for some issues with some of our parts starting to wear a bit, so improve the durability of those will definitely help us out a lot in the long run. In terms of other upgrades, aerodynamics obviously going to be a big player in cases, so focusing again on rear downforce to try and get as much out of the car as we can as we advance time.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
Awesome, so we've got some new parts ready as we get ready for the Canadian Grand Prix, heading into practice. Practice was actually pretty constructive this time around as we do the race strategy program. And yeah, so trying to get as many points as we can and those development boosts at the same time. As we come down the back straight here through this tricky little chicane, cheeky little cut there. The track limit's actually quite wide there.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
So we managed to get a good lap there. A couple of development boosts there as well. So lap 1, pretty good. Lap 2, we came back, we cut the corner even more there and almost hit the wall, but again, really stretching the limits there.
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Nice, so we've already completed one stage of it. Coming down through the chicane again, another cheeky cut. Plenty of time in the delta over the start finish line, and there we go, we completed that one with relative ease. All 5 out of 5 for that one. And now we come through tyre management program. Now this one is one that I always have issues with. I'm not very good at managing the tyre wear, but we'll see what we can do here. In this one, we navigate these corners reasonably well. I do quite like this track. I have done it a few times. It also helped with always hit the wall there. It did help doing it in the breaking point storyline. We're in the green. We're in the green for tyre wear, and as we come down this back straight here, we're actually into the purple. So you just got to make sure we don't screw up on this corner. And across the start finish line in the purple.
Test complete, and that was a very good job indeed.
So maximum resource points there. 2 out of the 3 development boosts as well. So there was 4 out of 5 for that one. So we almost got all of the So we're 9 from 10 through 2 programs. As we now do qualifying pace, just a one shot lap as fast as we can go on softs. This is a relatively high speed track. Not a huge amount of braking really, a lot of coasting and a lot of accelerating, which is pretty good for us. As you can see, we're really pushing it down here. The delta, we're just inside the delta, which is pretty good. Cheeky corner cut there, but managed to keep enough contact with the track that we don't get a warning or anything on there. This hairpin at the end here, it can be tricky to navigate at high speeds, but we do pretty well there, as we're now following who are we following down this back straight? Alonso. We're following Alonso down the back straight as he goes into the pits. I'm assuming he's finished his practice. Well, he must have, because practice time is up, practice completed, and across the start finish line. So we didn't see it there, but we actually managed to get 4 out of 5 there as well. We only missed out 2 of the performance boosts as we head into the quick practice for practice 2. Racing line is always one that I have trouble with, because I turn the racing line off and I've never actually learnt the racing lines of these tracks other than what I'm supposed to do during the race. So both racing line ones are the only ones we didn't get, but quick practice finishes those off for us. So we get all of the resource points and most of the boosts ourselves. Only 2 that we actually needed to do quick practice for. So just wanted to show you guys that part, to show you that I actually do the practice. Practice 1 I always do. Unless it's raining, I practice in the dry, and I'll do a quick practice for the other ones. I really should do practice in the wet, because I need more practice when it comes to the wet weather conditions, but at the same time I also just really want to get all these performance boosts and the resource points. I want to get as much out of that as possible so we can sort of try and keep pace with the other cars, seeing as we have reduced resources. But got all that done. Team Acclaim now at level 9. One more level when we get a brand new sponsor on board and get some more money every week, as we head into qualifying now, after coming off a good practice session, as we navigate turns 1 and 2 relatively well there. Plenty of speed coming out of there. We're currently sitting P1, quick drop down to P2, P1 in qualifying. We'll see how long that lasts there as we start heading through this tricky, some of these tricky turns, you know, pretty precise braking points, but you can kind of take them all with some speed. As Max Verstappen now into P1, we're jumping between P1 and P2. We're doing really well here as Verstappen starts to pull away. So this could be the point here. We're now P6. Leclerc's now in first. So this could be it. This long straight, we don't have the straight line speed of some of these other cars. But we haven't dropped below 6th in this qualifying run so far. DRS activated. P5. If we can navigate this chicane relatively well, we might be able to do well here. Or we get track limits warning. But you've got to be kidding me.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
So thanks to a cheeky cut there, that last hairpin corner, that was a bit, that was questionable, controversial. But we'll take it. We've managed to get pole position at the Canadian Grand Prix. Only 16 thousandths of a second ahead of Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. That's amazing. As we head down, we take a look. Our teammate P20, 2.2 seconds behind us. But he'll gain those positions back easy. Qualifying completed. Of course, we get the point for qualifying position because we qualified in pole, which is amazing. This could set us up for an amazing finish in this race. We'll just have to wait and see. As we see our team claim now halfway through level 9 almost, as we get ready for the Canadian Grand Prix and head on to race day.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. The captain lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, and Perez, Ricciardo, Norris, Tsunoda, and Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll, and Gasly, Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Valtteri Bottas, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Russell, Joe, Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So there's the starting grid for this race. Since we finished in the top 10 for qualifying, we have to start on the softs. So it's going to be 7 laps on the softs, 11 on the mediums. If we can pull off some laps like we did just there in qualifying, with a decent pit stop, we could finish in the points again in this race. That's awesome. I can't believe we got pole as we get ready on the starting grid, sitting on pole. There's no one in front of us. When are we going to see this again? As we've got 5 red lights and we're off and running for round 7 of the Canadian Grand Prix. We enable the ERS straight away.
Accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Okay, collision with that illegal overtake on Verstappen, so we have to get that back.
Cede that position or we'll receive a penalty.
Right, so we let Verstappen get back in front. We contact with him there, and we let Ricciardo go in front. So we're now in P4. We just got the wall of that wheel. We managed to get on the inside of Verstappen there, heading into turn 6. Now things might start to settle down as the gaps start to form between the races. P3, what a hectic start, but we will take it. Leclerc almost 5 seconds ahead of us. He's off and away now. We're probably not going to catch him, if at all. Like, not for a while, but we might not catch him at all. Ricciardo's right there. Tsunoda is now in front of Verstappen. Verstappen looks like he's probably taken some damage, so he may have to go into the pits if he's falling behind that much. Considering he's in a Red Bull, he should be able to catch up this pretty easily. As we cut that chicane again, we go down to the start finish line to complete lap 1. Lap 1 completed. P3. This could be an amazing race for us if we play our cards right. Now Jeff was saying earlier there's some wear, a little bit of wear on the MGUK, I think, which is the same as the last race. So we have to monitor that ERX deployment. We're going to have to really focus on only use it, really need it, because we don't really want to push it too much. As we take a look, so the MGUK and the MGUH have both got a bit of wear. So yeah, ERS deployment will be limited.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control.
Okay, so that's not good. We're going to have to monitor our engine temperature, make sure we're not pushing the car, I guess, like as hard as possible. And the ERS deployment will have to be kept to a minimum. So all we got to do was we didn't get a warning for that one. Oh yes, we did. We got a warning for that one.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Excellent. Now we can use the DRS, so that'll save us on engine power. That'll help us get through to the end of this race.
Amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
Okay, so Sonoda's gaining on us, but that's to be expected. Our car's not as quick as these guys. The only thing that's really helping us out is the fact that we can accelerate through these corners, and we've got the track position. We've got P3 off the start, and soon people are going to have to start heading into the pits to go onto mediums. So tyre wear will become a factor as Sonoda comes right up behind us, heading into turn 8 and 9. But we managed to accelerate back out and gain that time back on him. So that's the thing that's really helping us. These straights are not good for us. We don't have the straight line speed that these others have as we head around that hairpin at turn 10. But we do have the ability to turn through those corners and accelerate relatively quickly. As we just take another look, tyres are wearing a bit. The MGUK and MGUH still relatively high in terms of engine wear.
You might make a mistake.
And Sonoda makes us on the straight heading down to turns 13 and 14, but we keep on them through 1 and 2. Right on the inside of turn 2 there, accelerating out. We've now got Hamilton, no, we've got Sainz behind us, sorry. Sainz behind us, who at this point currently has the fastest
The
lap.
energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Okay, so now we're being told that if we have too much stored electrical charge, it's going to reduce the capacity. So now we have to sort of start using it whilst not pushing too hard and using it too much, causing more wear on the MGU components.
It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Just after we posted the fastest Sector 2 time in this race of anyone, now there's a potential issue. We got pole position for this race. We're in P4. We're in a prime position to get some more Constructors' Championship points and get a really good finish here today. We just need to make sure our car's not falling apart.
You'll be on the mediums. Okay, looks like a mechanical failure. We're going to have to ask you to find a safe spot to retire. Sorry about that. Again, find somewhere safe to stop. We need you to retire.
You have got to be kidding me. We had the best qualifying run we've ever had. I mean, it's only round 7, but still, we were in the best position we could have been in.
Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
Yep, I'm fine, Jeff. Soul's destroyed, but I'm fine. And there's the walk of retirement out the back. Not happy.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So there we have it. Canadian Grand Prix over. DNF for us after qualifying pole position. This could have been an amazing race for us. But unfortunately, engine component wear forced us out of the race. Definitely something we're going to have to look at. Durability is going to need to be a bit of a focus from now on. Going to have to put some new components on before the next Grand Prix. That's just really frustrating. On the other hand, Guan Yu Zhou, our teammate, managed to jump up a couple of spaces and finish in 18th, so keeping us on the map there. As we go to the driver standings, we now drop to 12th as Yuki Tsunoda picks up some points and now jumps ahead of us. We're not even close to being a championship runner as Max Verstappen is still in front, but it was nice to be close to that top 10 after a couple of points we got in one of the earlier rounds. As we now take a look at the constructor standings, and after that finish, the 1 and 3 finish for Ferrari, they are now within double digits of Red Bull. Mercedes now only 9 points behind. The gap is starting to close, but it's still early days. Red Bull could still pull away. Those top 4 teams, any of them could take out the Constructors' Championship at this point. Yeah. Well, pretty sad story on these last shots here. But it is what it is. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Let me know below in the comments what you thought. And we'll see what happens next time. Hopefully we don't have more failures in parts going into round 8. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.